Hello friends, I am going to talk about bioinformatics. Bioinformatics is actually a science or a technology that deals with a very large amount of data that is generated while doing different biotechnological works or by using different biotechnological tools. It is basically the application of information technology and computer science to the field of biotechnology or to the field of biology. Whereas biotechnology we have studied is the application of biology using the different technologies. Biotechnology does not deal with any software manipulation. It deals with only technological manipulations or applications of biological concepts. So in simple words, I would say that bioinformatics is the science of collecting and analyzing complex biological data. Have you heard about the HPG project? HPG is Human Genome Project. It's a very huge project, and in this project a total genome of human being was sequenced, studied, data was generated and analyzed. So it was a very huge project. World's first DNA sequencer was developed in 1986 by a scientist named Leroy Hood, which paved the way to Human Genome Project. It is one of the best examples of application of biological theories using the technology. The Human Genome Project was 13-year-long project. It was initiated in 1990 to determine DNA sequence of entire human genome. Now, what's a genome? Genome is an organism's complete set of DNA which includes all its genes, whether those genes are coding genes or non-coding genes. In humans, entire genome means more than 3 billion DNA base pairs contained in the cells that have nucleus. It was called a mega project because an enormous amount of money and an enormous amount of data was generated in this project. Enormous amount of money was required and a very huge data was generated. Do you know human genome has approximately 3000 million base pairs. The initial cost of this project was $3 per base pair, which accounted for $9,000 million for the study of complete genome. If each page of a book you consider contains 1000 letters, and if it's a 1000 pages book, then approximately 3300 such books would be required for storage of this data generated through Human Genome Project. You can understand what a huge amount of data was generated. Now, only generation of data is not sufficient because only generating the information doesn't mean anything. That data is needed to be analyzed and its outcome is to be understood. And whenever required, this data and its analysis should be readily available for the worker. Or else there is no use of generating such a huge data, which was actually a very enormous and a very tough task. Imagine you want to know the sequence of a gene present on some particular chromosome of human being genome, and you want to know the sequence of RNA and all possible type of proteins that it will generate. It would have created a different field having experts in normal course who would have expertise in just retrieving data and helping analyzing it. Then you would have required bookkeepers with specialization in biology. Hence, the huge amount of data posed several challenges of storage of this data, analysis of this data, and retrieval of the data. And here the bioinformatics came to the help of the biotechnologists. By using computer science technologies, which has a very high storage capacity, whose calculation speed and analysis speed is very fast, And for the analysis of the data, algorithms or softwares can be easily developed, and also there is a very high speed network technology available so that we can share the data from one scientist to another scientist, one place to another place, one country to another country very easily within a split of seconds. So the huge amount of data can now be stored in a very small space with almost negligible amount of error that could be created in that data. It could be generated anytime, it could be retrieved anytime, it could be analyzed anytime, it could be developed anytime. This data now could be analyzed in just a click and retrieved within seconds by anyone, anywhere, sitting at any place in the country. Thus, we can say that bioinformatics helps in storage, analysis, and retrieval of data generated by application of biotechnological tools. Now, what type of data is generated in biotechnology? We know very well. It may be a DNA sequence information, it may be a RNA sequence information, it may be a amino acid sequence information, it may be a protein structure information, it may be molecular orientation, it may be enzyme kinetics information, etc. So thus a human genome project is closely associated with the development of a very new science or a very new area, a very new field, and that is called as bioinformatics. Nowadays, bioinformatics is studied in different ways. Some people are devoted to developing new computational tools, both in terms of hardware and software, for better handling and processing of biological data that is generated. Some people are developing new models and new algorithms, new programs for existing questions, and propose and tackle new questions when new data sets appear. Bioinformatics begins with understanding what is chromosome, what is DNA, what is gene, and what is RNA. And we know these things very well. DNA is a thread-like molecular arrangement of nucleotides. Chromosome is a thread-like arrangement of nucleic acids and proteins found in the nucleus of most living cells, carrying genetic information in the form of genes. Gene is a unit of heredity. Each gene codes for a polypeptide, which becomes a protein that performs a particular function. So what are the branches of bioinformatics? A living cell is a system where cellular components such as genome, the gene transcript, the proteins interact with each other, and these interactions determine the fate of the cell. Thus, bioinformatics can also be divided into three branches: genomics, transcriptomics, and proteomics. Genomics plays an important role in modern biological research, in which nucleotide sequences of all chromosomes of an organism are mapped, and the location of different genes and their sequences are thereby determined. For example, HGB project, Human Genome Project. The DNA can be sequenced in two different ways. There was an old method, classical chain termination method, called as Sanger method. Still it is used. But now newer methods are devised, and autosequencers, the machines which are very developed machines, are used nowadays that can process a large number of DNA molecules very speedily. So they are called as high throughput sequencing techniques, HTS techniques, or they are also called as next generation sequencing, NGS technologies. What is genomics? It's the science that attempts to describe a living organism in terms of sequence of its genome. Frederick Sanger developed chain terminating in vitro DNA sequencing method in 1977. However, it is a very laborious and very slow method of sequencing the DNA that takes a very long time and very high labor input. So first automated DNA sequencer was developed by Leroy Hood in 1986. Haemophilus influenza was the first bacteria to be sequenced in 1995. Saccharomyces cerevisiae, that is the baker's yeast, was first eukaryote to be sequenced in 1995. Caenorhabditis elegans, that was the first multicellular organism, nematode, that was sequenced in 1998. What is transcriptomics? That is the second branch of bioinformatics. It is the study of transcriptome, which includes whole set of mRNA molecules in one or in a population of biological cells for a given set of environmental circumstances. It helps us to depict the expression level of genes, often using techniques such as DNA microarrays. And the third branch, that is proteomics, involves the sequencing of amino acids in a protein, determining its 3D structure and relating it to the function of that particular protein. 3D structure of proteins are deciphered by its extensive data, particularly through the methods called as crystallography and nuclear magnetic resonance, that is NMR, etc. It is required for studying the design or studying the 3D structure of proteins. This data set is analyzed by the software to depict the structure of functional aspects of the protein. So proteomics is a very much complex science than that of genomics. To understand the cellular components and their interactions completely, one needs to integrate analysis of genomics, transcriptomics, and proteomics data. And the one word that could do this is bioinformatics. Other accessory branches of bioinformatics are systems biology, functional genomics, metabolomics, structural genomics, nutritional genomics, chemoinformatics, glycomics, molecular phylogeny, and so many other branches. What is the aim of bioinformatics? The aim of bioinformatics first is data acquisition. Bioinformatics is a primary concern with accessing and storing data generated directly from different biological or biotechnological experiments. The data that is generated may be from sequencing projects, have to be in appropriate format, and should be capable of being linked to all the information related to DNA samples such as tissues or species from which that material is originating or gene is originating. The data are organized in different databases so that researchers can access existing information and submit new entries as and when produced. For example, these databases are stored online on the worldwide servers called as and the programs are called as NCBI or PDB. Tools and database developments is the next aim of bioinformatics. Many laboratories generate large volume of data such as DNA sequences, gene expression information, 3D molecular structure of proteins, high throughput screening. Consequently, there must be an effective databases for storing and quickly accessing the data. The other aim is to develop tools and resources that aid in analysis of the data. For example, if a particular protein is sequenced, the researcher may be interested in comparing that sequenced data of a protein with existing data of similar protein or same protein sequences, so as to know if the sequence in the question is new or related or it is old. That is how the strain typing of different bacteria, viruses can be performed by sequencing the proteins. Programs such as PSI BLAST may help in this regard. Development of such resources requires expertise in computational theory along with understanding of biology. Data analysis and interpretation is the third aim of bioinformatics. It is used from the developed tools to analyze the data and interpret the results in a biologically meaningful manner. Traditionally, biological studies examined individual systems in details and compared those with few related systems. In bioinformatics, we can now conduct a global analysis of all the available data with the aim of unveiling common principles that apply across many systems and highlight novel features. So that is about the bioinformatics in short.